Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Strider. Let's get back to the game. So, one of the things, even though I have been kind of saying, boy, this is easy on easy, which it is, one of the things that slightly concerns me is when we do run into somebody that is strong, they seem to hit pretty hard in the first hit. And it could become a scenario where I start running into bosses and enemies that are just too strong to defeat or take multiple attempts. If these guys are going to start shooting and they're shooting sniper rifles, that could also be spell the beginning of the end for me. So, of course, here's the thing. I need to know where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go that way, which means I should go the wrong way before I go the right way, so I at least know what I'm gonna do. We've been collecting art and concept art and elements like that. I'm not sure when you really get to appreciate any of that. It seems like you pretty much have to play the whole game first, and then later on appreciate it.
This Strider is strong.
Too strong for you?
Not at all. But he has already defeated the North Wind.
Interesting.
The Grand Master is resurrecting all of the winds. They will succeed.
So,
Not enough. Even with North, they are not enough.
Afraid they'll steal your pride?
so we've got this Russian guy, and we've got this angel guy. I guess it's nice to have story, but you can totally see that there's a lack of budget. What was this? Press up and A to climb faster? So now we've got these mechanical buzzsaws that seem like they have no reason to exist other than to knock me down. So, does this city have a major problem with people climbing the walls? Is this like, what, Mirror's Edge? And I was about at half health there. You can see the residents are cowering in fear, so they don't listen. Good for them. Because I don't think they would survive, per se. If I'm slicing the guards in half in one hit. It's not gonna fare much better for an unarmored person. We're getting more into the area that I would say is the center of this hub map. Can't climb up the ladder. Interesting. So I'd have to just climb up the side. Very bright LCD screen in the background there. Very bright. Well, now that I know I can climb faster by jumping upward, I'm gonna try and do that. It was getting pretty annoying. Let's see. We'll have to go around full circle to get to the collectible. Destroy alarm control, okay. At some point I am gonna have to decide whether it's worth my time to let the sniper shoot me. There you go. Sniper shot me, it didn't do a massive amount of damage. That, however, didn't help. There's some electrified platforms that I imagine would, once I can get like an insulated pick climbing hook or whatever the item will be, would allow me to just climb through an area like this very easily. I'm still not fully understanding the desire and need for energy. Like, I'm collecting something that is not health, and it's being used for something, but I am not 100% sure what. And so we set off the alarm. We disengage the alarm. I'm gonna have to climb a second time, which honestly that feels like the game is just wasting my time now. Which wind is she? Well, I guess she could be any of them. Yeah, it makes me feel like there's probably not as much level design as you have been shown so far if they make you climb up a second time on something like this. Even knowing that this is one of those collectible games, and I'm probably gonna end up back around this area multiple times. Let's see. I guess that is where I was supposed to go. And another save spot. Let's go ahead and try option C. Yeah, option C worked rather well to clear off that area, but it took some of my red juice. Let's see. And she just hides in a closet. And that seems like an area where you're either going to be able to magically transport yourself through that wall right there, or you're going to gain some other ability. Alright, there's nothing here. So I've got to jump over this and then climb up quickly.
You are quite a nuisance, Strider, but you will fail, like the others.
Oh, were there others? I don't know if I'm taking the right way or the wrong way in this case. Oh man, I'm struggling to get the angle right to jump the other direction. Let's try this. Because it doesn't feel like the way you're pointing with your controller, it has too much to do with the way you jump. I assume it would be a mistake to jump over the edge and take a large fall.
The winds will scour the city and strip the flesh from your bones.
So if there's 3 winds remaining, and I can't get into these orange sections, so I need a new plasma cutter. Alright. Let's go ahead and climb all the way up here. How do we want to do this? Health upgrade, 4 of 10. I suppose what I could do after playing this on easy, if I found it pretty easy, and I did have, I suppose your next move would be to see if maybe you just skip over the hard and not play it on medium at all. Ideally, that's what I want to see in difficulty settings in a game, is if somebody does play something and then they find that they're actually rather good at what they're being asked to do, they can adjust on the second run through and not have to waste their time. Of course, a large amount of games don't allow for that style of correction, because they will lock the true hardcore mode away from the player until they beat the game on normal, or they'll... I guess I don't want to go that way. And again, I'm assuming they don't want me just to jump all the way down. Although, you know, it looks like it's gonna let me go the same place anyways. Yeah, this was where I was gonna end up anyways. It does feel like if there's not a New Game Plus where you already have collected some of these elements, you're going to end up doing a lot of backtracking. Nangpu Southwind. So
There must be a whole village of you somewhere.
You will not even slow me down, assassin.
So is this not the Strider from the previous series? Even though he looks, I would say, exactly the same.
You bested me once before. Your courage and determination are nothing but a facade.
Out of my way. You cannot stop.
And I'm waiting for my option C to appear. And now they're doing a Gemini attack. A yin and yang attack, I suppose, would be a better description of it. Like one defending and one attacking. Neither one of them are really hitting that hard, though. And that Y attack certainly didn't work. I got electrocuted jumping up on the platform. Hmm. There's kind of an interesting ghosting effect happening to her. I almost can use option C again. Like every time I knock her backwards, it's like a shadow step type thing.
Not the end, Strider. The winds will heal me. I will return.
I wasn't expecting any of the enemies to return, frankly. Now we have the double jump. Plasma augmented boots allow Hiryu to defy gravity momentarily and jump a second time in midair. And I figure that's just the beginning of this. I imagine we will see a triple jump, quadruple jump, maybe even an infinite jump. Like jumping up here to that's not gonna, still not gonna work for me. So we still need something. A loading section, probably. Honestly, I don't think a game that is kind of simplistic like this and should have any loading sections. You can improve your engine away from that. It's not like they're rendering a gigantic 3D city. They're rendering very limited perspectives of a gigantic 3D city. So we're gonna infiltrate the perimeter wall as soon as I figure out which button turns off the... This is interesting. I am here, but it's just not letting me go any higher. Interesting. And unless there's something more to deal with, I think we're in an industrial complex now. Question to ask is, why do you need to guard in an industrial complex? I suppose to prevent sabotage if that's occurring in your city. These guys really do feel just like cannon fodder. And if I've got a wall here, I think we're gonna get a masterclass here in ridiculous communist doublespeak propaganda. But to be fair, like, a certain level of understanding is required among the people for communism to make any sense. If people's natural instincts to, which is to get as much for them as themselves and their family as possible, isn't curved, the idea of a country regulating sharing amongst all the people will never succeed. And arguably may never succeed at all, regardless. Kind of in the same way that people in the United States are taught patriotism. All societies try to train, I won't go as far as brainwash, but push and gently nudge people into a way of thinking. Yeah, in the United States, a lot of that is a dogmatic worship of consumerism these days. And I guess when I'm climbing at an angle like this... no, I can't get up there. Yeah, there's no fast climb when climbing at an angle, so I'm just gotta go down this way. Hmm. Let's keep climbing. Not a lot to say when it's just climbing. Like the climbing could kill this game, honestly. Comparing this to Shadow Complex, where there was very little ability to jump in Shadow Complex, and you eventually had a foam gun that you had to create bridges. Let's see, I am here. We've gone through all of this, but I don't really think I've missed anything. Somebody's hitting me with a shotgun. But also, seems like my health just refilled by itself, and it also seems like if I take damage and then stop taking damage, there's some amount of health that's recoverable. I guess we're taking the quick way down. So now over here is a blue doorway, which we can't open those yet, and some electric platforms. So all these poor, probably conscripted military people I'm killing. Let's see, if I stand still, will it just automatically refill my health? No. Maybe I just had collected a bunch of energy. Maybe that's what the red bar is indicating, is that you've collected some energy, but you have to take it easy for a moment before that energy counts and refills your health. There's a lot of just checking the map, trying to find out where things are and where things go. Which, for a first playthrough, you know, this is exactly what you'd want to do, is figure out how the map is designed, know where all the collectibles are, so if there is some kind of new game plus where the map is already revealed, at least as far as everything else, you won't have to redundantly run back to places you've already been. I still want my charged weapon to work a bit faster. And there's a ton of sky section, which I would argue that the sky section is probably something else, like a flying ability, perhaps. I don't see a place here where I can drop down further. Which makes me think I've gone too far down the lower path and need to work towards the higher path. Alright. So this has gotten me to a higher place. Let's go ahead and use option C. And you have to use a charged item on this guy, don't you? Alright, that's yet another area I can't access yet. Alright. So I can't help feel like the entire section there was mostly there to waste my time. We did find some collectibles. We're finding some energy beams. I'm mostly enjoying the movement for things like this, but there's still some jankiness in it.
The worker must perform his duty to the Empire.
There we go. It's just a door. And I assume I'm going the right direction. And we get this autosave. Autosave with the ability to refill your health. Just a ton of wall blocking. Like, the only way this makes any sense is if there was a Striders always climbing on the wall. Alright. Switching is gonna prove to be difficult. And see, I really don't want to try and collect that right now. Let's see, can I do this? Nope, I'll just have to do what I just did. And collecting one of those did give me enough energy to recharge my option C. Let's not die on the shielded guy though. So I sort of understand now the point of all these energy crates. They seem to be a lot of them. Napalm Trooper. Good move that they didn't just immediately throw another like another wind at me. It would be kind of boring to fire. Wow, option C only works on the plane that you're on, so if you do it in the air, you have to be wary of that. He's hitting pretty hard, but not that hard. There we go. And that got me about 3 option C's. I totally missed that. There we go. So, it's been another 30 minutes, according to my clock at least. And now the game completion went from 10% to 16.1%, and we've acquired 20% of the items in this zone, which I'm not exactly sure how the zone is calculated. Like, we are now in the industry complex, so it is possible that the industry complex is just such a small area that would make sense. And I guess I kind of have to assume we'll eventually be able to just fast travel to save spots. If not, that's going to be rather annoying. I don't think you could do that in Shadow Complex, but then Shadow Complex didn't have a map that was as wide as this is. This Shadow Complex kept everything pretty tight with doors that unlocked much later, so you could get into areas that were right next to each other. This is more of a wider area, so you can run around, and so there are more enemies, and so the shooting happens more often. Maybe for the worse, maybe for the better. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.